everyone, I'm Astra. Today I'll be comparing and analyzing the changes to character customization for both the original and definitive edition of Xenoblade X. Excited to see what's changed? Well, let's get started. I'll start with the new features and then break down the changes done to existing features for both the male and the female avatars. Now, I'm not going to compare every facial feature because they've changed the base face models. I'll be talking about the UI changes, then the general changes to the avatar, then the changes to the hair, which are the most significant, and then talk about the eyes, and finally, talk about the makeup and face paint options. If you like Xenoblade content, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future Xenoblade videos, and check out my Twitch where I stream Xenoblade. Let's start off by comparing the changes in the UI. In the original, we have a menu on the right side where you can select your character's gender. After you select it, the screen changes and there's a summary menu that shows all the options you've chose on the left side. On the right side, you have a menu with base face options. Once you choose your base face, the menu changes to all the other customization options such as hair, skin, eye color, makeup, and voice. In Definitive Edition, all the menus are on the left side. We start off with a menu to change your character's gender, then a menu to choose a base face, and then transition into a menu with different customization tabs such as skin, hair, eyes, makeup, and voice. The summary of your changes is no longer present on the left side and is now a separate tab on the menu called Confirm with a translucent background. Overall, the UI changes are mainly in the summary menu and in the menu options. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer. I personally think the new one looks a lot cleaner. Next, let's briefly talk about some general changes to the avatar. The light and shadows have been enhanced in Definitive Edition. The hairstyles have more realistic details in them, such as the color, texture, and details in the ends. The eye colors are more vibrant and pop out more. The art style continues to have a nice hybrid of realistic and anime. Overall, the lighting and details in the hair and eyes have significantly improved in Definitive Edition. The base faces have a more simple yet beautiful facial composition. I compared all the changes for the other characters in this video. Be sure to check this out if that sounds interesting. Now let's talk about the feature that was changed the most, the hair options. The first change I'll talk about is very subtle and honestly, I don't think a lot of people even noticed it. Really easy to miss, but hard to forget is the ability to have dark roots with light colored tips. In the original, the tip color always had to be relative to the root color, but if the roots were light, the tips could be pretty much any color. This was a huge issue for people like me who wanted their avatar to have black hair with bright colored ends. What I used to do on my avatar was set the root color to dark gray, just to barely get some dark blue tips. Even then, they only really showed up in certain lighting. Now you can mix black roots with any color tips. Check this out. I absolutely love this change. Now let's take a look at the most changed part about the hair options. The hairstyles. I counted all of these hairstyles myself and I might be wrong with some of the numbers. It's hard to keep track of unique hairstyles since different faces have different sets of styles attached to them. That's one thing I personally wish that they changed in Definitive Edition. Feel free to comment below if I made any mistakes here. Let's take a look at the male hairstyles, starting with the original. If I counted correctly and didn't miss anything, we have 30 male hairstyles in the original and 30 in Definitive Edition. It's hard to keep track of unique hairstyles since different faces have different sets of styles attached to them. That's one thing I personally wish that they changed in Definitive Edition. Of the original hairstyles, roughly half of them have been removed, and the rest are in Definitive Edition, but some of them have been tweaked. I won't go in detail with all the changes, since it's a lot of small changes. Roughly 13 new hairstyles were added, including one that resembles tie-on. Let's take a look at the female hairstyles. There's 26 female hairstyles in the original, and 32 hairstyles in Definitive Edition. The female avatar kept a bit more hairstyles than the male, with roughly 1/3 removed, and we have about 11 new additions. The rest are in Definitive Edition with some slight changes. we now got Mithra, Pyra, Nia, and Mio's hairstyle. It's great to see more hairstyles added from the other Xenoblade games, especially for fans who want to match their favorite characters in-game. Let me know in the comments which hairstyle you have on your avatar and what inspired you to choose it. My avatar's hairstyle is inspired from my own hair in real life, but it's a bit shorter and with blue ends. Another addition I noticed in the female avatar is that some hairstyles have a hair clip as their special, such as this one. There's also this new editing option where you can save and load avatar data. Now let's take a look at the eyes. Here are the eye options in the original, and here's the eye options in Definitive Edition. We have the same eye options with 0 additions or removals, however we have a few minor changes to these options. The eyes in the original had a very glass-like effect, and the color was a simple gradient. In Definitive Edition, the eye color consists of multiple layers which add more depth in different parts of the eye with colors and shadows. The secondary color and glare is more visible in Definitive Edition. The eye shape in the original is more sharper than Definitive Edition, especially near the bottom. The eye colors blend better and there's more emphasis on the eyelashes in Definitive Edition compared to the original. The first eye style now has more circular layers in the iris. The second one also has extra circles in the iris, making the first 2 eye styles look more distinct in Definitive Edition than it was in the original. The third eye style now has a darker pupil. The fourth eye style really emphasizes the glass effect we had in the original. The original has more glare circles, and Definitive Edition has very faint details. The fifth eye style is pretty much the same, but with graphic enhancement. The sixth eye style is about the same when you take out the glass effect in the original. In the seventh eye style, the pupils were smaller in the original, and the lines in the iris did not blend like they did in Definitive Edition. The eighth eye style in the original had a lighter pupil. The last eye style in the original was basically just a solid color, and in Definitive Edition, you have the outline of a pupil and iris. Overall, in Definitive Edition, the glass effect has been replaced with a high-resolution blend of the 2 colors, adding more layers and details in the iris. Now let's talk about the changes in the makeup and face paint, starting with the makeup. There isn't a huge change to the makeup options, however, the colors of the blush and lipstick are more prominent in Definitive Edition. For the face paint, we have some more options that were added, however, I won't cover these specifically since there's too many to keep track of and it's a very small part of the customization. Now let's put these changes to the test by trying to recreate the same avatar in both versions. Here's my original one, and here's my attempt at recreating it in the Definitive Edition. One major change is the eyes. The eyes now pop more and the colors are more vibrant. The glare blends naturally instead of showing up as big bright white circles. It's very subtle but makes a huge difference. The hair details are also smoother. The tips have a more natural blend compared to the blocky effect in the original. Now it actually flows with the hair. The lighting overall feels more refined. It highlights the strands better and gives more depth to each hairstyle. Overall, the UI has been cleaned up a bit. The hair has been the most changed feature for your avatar, with some new hairstyles and some hairstyles that have been removed. We have more face paint options, and all the colors on your avatar look more vibrant. So those are the biggest character customization changes in Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Was there anything that I missed? Let me know in the comments. What do you think of the new looks? Have you remade your original character? Or have you tried making a character from another game? Drop a comment and let me know. And if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and follow my Twitch for more Xenoblade content. See you next time!